Big business likes the Senate's grand bargain, but corporate America, parts of it, challenging those tough employer sanctions. It seems they don't like that part. Companies specifically taking aim at restrictions that would require employers to check the legal status of employees. Heaven forbid. Bill Tucker reports.
For big business, the Senate's grand compromise could be a little grander.
If I'm going to build you a good, affordable home, I need workers.
If you're going to depend on me for a clean hotel room ready when you check in, I need workers.
Business also wants the H-1B visa program to be unlimited, with all foreigners who earn advanced degrees exempt from visa requirements, prompting this question on the Senate floor.
If Americans won't take low-skilled jobs that pay poverty-level wages, and presumably if they're not smart enough to do high-skilled jobs, I think the question we have to ask is what kind of jobs are going to be available for the American people.
There's more that business wants. The proposed fines for hiring illegal aliens are too high, $75,000 per illegal alien. Employers should not be made responsible for making sure subcontractor employees are legal. And business groups argue the legislation would turn human resources personnel into immigration agents.
What they'll have to do under this amended legislation as well is not just get the I-9, they're going to have to make copies of all the documents that they look at before they fill out the I-9, plus they're going to have to do this new electronic verification.
That verification program is the basic pilot program, which all employers would be required to use to verify employees, and it's being painted as Big Brother.
It's important to understand that this is not a bill just about immigrants. The employer verification system will apply to everyone in this country who applies for a job, and of course that includes you and me, U.S. citizens, legal permanent residents.
True, but all the basic pilot program does is verify a worker's legal status.
Make no mistake, before this bill passes, many of the enforcement provisions will be gutted. But if they do pass with the enforcement provisions, the business community on one side and the ethnic advocacy groups on the other will work to make sure that they're never implemented.
It's not as if that hasn't happened before.
Congress passed what was considered to be tough immigration law in 1986. It toughened that law in 1996, Lou, as we've spoken about many, many times. But those laws have yet to be fully enforced.
To sit there and listen to that prattle talking about the terrible burden of employers, of employees having to verify that they're actually American citizens, and I mean, it's ridiculous. And yet they do it. They're putting lots of money behind the program.
They are indeed, and it's funny now they're painting it as a Big Brother program, making everybody be afraid of having their legal status checked when they apply for a job.
Yeah, I love a Big Brother concept. The basic position, I believe it's fair to say here, is they want our borders wide open, commerce and labor forces unimpeded at the border, but they don't want to have to verify that anyone is in the country legally, which, I mean... if the American people permit the passage of this absurd legislation that is being produced by one of the most absurd and tawdry processes, even by Washington standards, we're going to deserve exactly what we get. Bill Tucker, thank you very much. Now, tonight's poll question. Do you believe that the nation will be better served with immigration reform and border security as the two principal issues to be debated in the presidential primary and general election campaigns, rather than in the process we're witnessing now in the Senate? Cast your vote at LouDobbs.com. We'll have the results here later. The results of our poll tonight. 87% of you say this nation would be better served with immigration reform and border security as the two principal issues to be debated in the presidential primary and general election campaigns.